here, and I just want you guys just to go through the pronunciation of these numbers, okay? So the number 1. Uno, 2, dos, 3, tres, okay? Now, if you remember 4, remember that we sound out all of the vowels before we say the number. The letter U makes what sound? Oo, then the A, and the O, O. Cuatro, okay? 5. Cinco. Remember that when the C is next to an I or an E, the C makes what sound? The S sound, okay? And then if it's next to an A, O, or U, then it's a K sound, okay? So that's cinco. What about the number 6? Remember how we say every vowel? The E?
No.
The E makes what sound?
E.
E. Seis. Okay? Seis. Then it sounds like you're saying face, but with an S. Seis. Okay? Then 7. Siete. Okay? 7. Let's say that again. Siete. Okay? Then 8. Ocho. 9. Nueve. And then 10. Diez. Do we do diez?
No.
It's like a soft Z, more of an S, okay? So without like going through the pronunciation, I want you guys to everybody count with me all together. Oh, all eyes up here. Excuse me. I dropped. Oh, okay. Uno, let's all go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, muy bien, very good. Let me get a drink really quickly. Now, we're moving on to 11 through 15. All right, we said that 11 through 15 have this in common. All of them end with C-E, se. Remember, 11 through 15, all of them end with se. God, something is I don't know what's going on. All right. Huh? Yeah, it's like it feels like it. Okay. It may be acid reflux. All right. So 11. Let's say 11. Get off the gang. All right. Pay attention up here. Good. If you have to close it to keep the temptation at bay, then do that. 11 is once. Clase, repiten. Once. 12. Doce. 13. Trece. Good. 14. Catorce. 15. Quince. All right, so the QU, remember that we said the QU together is always going to make the K sound. And then you say every vowel. Quince, okay? Quince meaning 15. Now, all of these kind of sound like 1, then dos, like 2, 3, kind of like 4. And then here we get to, with 5, it is quince. But what do you call, if somebody has 5 babies at the same time, what are they called?
Quintuplet.
Okay. Yeah, quintuplet. So you kind of keep that in mind. That has the same root, okay? And maybe it'll be easy for you to remember, okay? So, can we go ahead and count from 11 through 15? Todos, repiten, okay? Repiten clase, todos. 11, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. All right, now let's move on to 16 through 19. This is where it changes up just a little bit, okay? Easy, easy, easy. 16 all the way on, it's really easy. All of you have had a math class. All of you know how to add, okay, right? So let me show you a little trick and how to remember these numbers and how to be able to say them, all right? So here's how we pronounce them. Remember that if this E or I is after that C, so that's going to make the S sound, okay? E, E, E. 16. 16. 16. Plus it. Repitan todos. 16.
16.
All right.
Before you get off your phone.
All right. 17. Same thing as we had here. All of these are going to start where we said 10. Okay. They all. You see how they all begin with the same thing. Okay. 17.
Oh,
So it's like,
I get it.
you just put GSC in front of everything?
On these. Yeah, 17. Okay, 17. Repitan todos. 17. Then 18. 18. 19. Okay, so now let me break this down for you even more. Okay, makes it easier to understand. These are all, the word in and of itself is basically a math problem. Okay? When you see the letter Y by itself in Spanish, okay? Now it's a different, the way you say the letter, but as it, by itself, it's also a word, E. And we pronounce that word E. E means and, okay? Now, let's look at 19. Basically, because of, have you ever heard orthographic changes?
No.
Orthography? Okay, so the word orthography has to do with spelling, okay? There's some orthographic changes, some spelling changes that are going to take place here, okay? So, basically, this is 19, 19 is this. What's 10?
Oh,
10.
10. E
And
and 9.
9.
9. So 10 and 9 equals what?
19.
19. Okay? But because they say it so quickly and it's one word, instead of saying it and writing it like this, because for other numbers, we will write it like this, and I want you guys to make sure you're paying attention, but from 16 through 19, they've combined it, and so that's what it becomes. Okay? So that when you're saying that 10, it's 10. So let me scroll back up so you can look again. 10 and 6 is what?
16.
16. 10 and 6. 10 and 7.
17.
10 and 8. Does that make sense on how these numbers are spelled?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you guys have any questions on that? No? Okay. Can we go on? All right. Let's go on because we're going to get to 100 today. Okay?
Today?
Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
We ain't never done
Easy.
that. Are you gonna do like GS something?
We'll see.
You're on 90 something, you're like,
Okay. So I'm going to scroll back up over here. So the word 20, clase. I want you to say this. Sound it out. I'm not going to tell you how to say it. Using the rules that I've given you.
20.
Hold on. Let's think about it. What sound does the E make?
20.
Eh.
Okay. So, the thing about the V in Spanish, it's a very soft V, almost a B. So you're not going to say 20. You're going to say 20. 20. It's like your lips barely, your teeth barely graze your lip. Okay? So it's almost like a B. So, clase, repitan por favor, 20.
20.
20. Okay? Now, back to our math. Okay? we get to
Hey, the
21. Okay? What do you think this one's gonna be?
23, 2.
22.
Oh! 23. There you go.
23. What's the next one?
24.
24.
Cinco.
And then what?
25.
25. All right, and then what?
26.
26. Then what's 27? 27. Is this not easy?
It is easy. 28. Oh, bro, I'm sorry.
And then what's 29?
29.
29.
29. Okay, so that's super easy, right?
Yes.
Next slide, we're gonna do 30 through 90. You have a question? You already went, didn't you? I thought you left once already. Was that yesterday? Okay, 2 minutes. That's giving you 30 seconds to wash your hands and sing happy birthday twice, okay? Don't worry, I say that to everybody, okay? So, here we go. We're gonna do from 30 through 90 now, okay?
It's
Easy.
90. Hey.
train day. Is it train day?
Oh my gosh, that's what she meant.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Okay, so the word for 30, okay, is, I want you guys to sound that out.
Train.
What is that? A, man.
30.
So, 30, 30, okay? Then 40 is, and you're gonna sound this out, let's do this.
It's a K, right?
U,
Ooh.
A, E, A. 40. Clase, repiten 40. Muy bien, okay? 50. Say it.
50.
Muy bien, perfecto. Perfecto, muy bien. Okay, say it loud for the rest of the class so they can hear you.
50.
50. Clase, repitan todos 50.
50.
Okay, so all you're doing is you're sounding out those vowels. Okay, we use those linguistics rules that I showed you earlier, and you sound them out, and then you're going to get it every time. Do y'all see if you use that, then you're going to be able to say these words. Even if you don't know what it means at first, you learn to say it, and then you can practice until you learn what that word means. So the next one is 60. This one's easy. Clase, ¿cómo se dice 60 en español? 60. Muy bien. Necio, cierra la computadora. Cierra la computadora. Presta atención aquí, por favor. Okay, 70. Okay. ¿Cómo se dice 70 en español?
70.
70. 70. 80. What do you think?
80.
Okay, clase. 80. 80. And then, here we go. 90.
Wait, I can't see it.
Oh,
90.
okay, so 90 is 90. And remember, I'm sorry, I said that way too much V. 90. 90. Okay? Now, so listen up. For every number in between 30 and 100. So these are your tens. You remember in elementary you learned how to do the ones, tens, okay, hundreds. So now with every one of these, if you want to say 31, this actually is a math problem. You spell it out as a math problem, okay? Every one of these is going to be followed by E. What does E mean?
And
And then we'll fill in the blank with anything from 1 through 9. Okay? So, let me scroll down.
Can you say 100?
We're going to, but I want to get with baby steps. Let's do these. So, for my age, I am right now 41.
No.
Okay?
No.
So,
Cuarenta uno.
how do we say 41 in Spanish? Cuarenta y uno. Cuarenta y uno. So then I'll be 42 in October. Then we would say
42.
cuarenta y dos. Okay. What if my dad is? Let me see. My dad is 61. So then, how would we say 61? 61. Okay. The year I was born is 78. How would we say 78? 70.
8
y
8.
78. 78. Now, does anybody in here, I don't know if you guys are like NFL fans. I don't know if y'all would know him, it's been a while, but there was a player in the NFL years ago who messed up Spanish numbers for teachers all over the country, okay? His name, he played for the Cincinnati Bengals, and his name was Chad Johnson. Hey, presta atención, por favor. Silencio, por favor. DJ? Hey, excuse me. I know y'all hear me talking.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Chad Johnson.
Now, listen here. Chad Johnson played for the Cincinnati Bengals, and he, his number at the time when he played was 85, okay? And he was pretty good, but then he went on to change his last name because he, well, was a good football player, but he was an idiot, okay? And changed his name, thinking that he was changing his name to 85 as his last name, because that was his number. So he officially changed his name to this name, but it's wrong. His name now is Chad. Let me spell it.
I've heard that.
This is what he did.
Oh, Ocho Cinco.
Y'all heard of him?
Yeah.
Ocho Cinco. What did he do wrong?
He forgot the
He
E.
didn't put 80.
Well-
he put 8-5.
85. He didn't put 80, right? So he did single numbers. And so if we wanted to say his number in Spanish, then what would be the correct way?
Ocho y Cinco.
Uh-oh. Look at you. I heard you. Said it first. Ochenta y cinco. Okay? So, does this help you with the numbers from 1 through 99? Now, the one for 100. And let me go ahead and give you 100. Don't you dare. Let's say that. Cien. Hey, does that look like anything? Century. What is a century? A collection of how many years?
100.
100 years.
Wait, so if I wanted to say 120.
Okay, so you won't say E.
CN.
Now this is a little different.
I forgot what 20 was.
See, you guys thought that y'all weren't going to be able to handle it. Let me tell you, if you go above 100, let me just tell you this, okay? This is only for this. That's it.
Oh.
Nothing else. So when you go above 100, you can't say 100 anymore.
What's not over 100?
Okay, when you go above 100, then you gotta change it. Do you guys remember using manipulatives in math? And remember I told you used your ones, your fives, and your hundreds. Remember those? And you might have had blocks to represent it. You had ones, fives, hundreds, and the ones, tens, and hundreds. My bad. In those spots, okay? With 100, once you go above 100, then we start counting, and we don't call it 100. We call it 100, as in a group. How many hundreds we have, okay? So then it becomes, and I'm gonna erase this. Okay, so for like to go above 100,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to say
Ciento.
ciento. That's hundreds. How many hundreds do we have? If I say 120, that's the number you said was 120? So how many hundreds do I have? Just one. So I'm gonna say ciento, and then what's 20?
Vinte.
Ciento.
Veinte.
20. Okay, 120.
Is there any like Y or?
Because it's ones, the ones are over here. The only time you say that y uno, y dos is when you're doing the ones and the tens. Okay, we don't put it here. Let me just break this down. I know you don't want to go this far, and we're not there, but just to kind of give you an example. Okay, the year I was born was actually 1978. Okay, so let's look at our spots. These are the ones, right? Tens, hundreds, thousands. Remember learning those spots in math class?
Yes.
Okay, so when I write this out, how many thousands do I have?
One.
One. So, mil, that's 1,000.
That's a million.
That makes sense because you said it's a what?
A million.
Nope,
Millennium.
millennial.
Oh.
Think of millennial is the people who were born later in the next, around the 2000s. You guys would be considered what?
Gen Z. Right?
What, millennials?
Oh.
Okay, millennials. And like my brother kind of too, because he's young enough. But anyway, I'm not. I'm Gen X.
Yeah.
Okay, so millennials are like the new generation, okay, from the new millennium, okay? Now, so that's how many thousands? Just one.
One.
How many hundreds do I have?
9.
9. So it's 1900.
Oh.
Nove is the root, meaning 9. And notice it's not just ciento, because it's hundreds. It's plural. I have 9 hundreds. That's just for one group of hundreds, okay? Did y'all ever think that you would bring, your math back into,
No.
what? I don't know how to clear this.
You just click off.
Well, I did that. All right, Mr. There. Okay, 1900, and then 78. 1978. That's how I would write out the year.
Oh no, that's too much.
Well, 1978. Okay, so that's how we would write that out. Now, you guys don't need to know all that right now. You're strictly sticking to anywhere from 1
200.
to 100. Oh, I forgot one very crucial digit or number. 0.
Oh.
I didn't even give you 0.
0.
0 is,
Sarah.
yep, let me go up here. And settle.
From the girl.
Okay, settle. So, we've gone over all these numbers, reviewed them. Now you can practice with your activities that you have, okay? I think those are due Monday, maybe, or Tuesday. I don't remember. Maybe Friday. But you do have a responsibility to get your work done, okay?